Hello everyone, this is my first how-to video about how I grow Sedirea japonica, or Sedirea, I don't know. This is it. The flowers smell really good. They're lemony, like sweet lemon, Fruit Loops, or Fruity Pebbles cereal. This one has about 14 buds on it, and I have had it since 2009, I believe. Now this was potted high because it is a Japanese orchid, and I wanted to mimic the way the Japanese pot these, which is really actually a bit higher, and then they'll wrap the whole entire root mass in moss. And that allows the root tips to be viewed because they find beauty in that, and it also allows really good air circulation around the stem and the base of the leaves. Now, Miss Orchid Girl brought up a point that these are more susceptible to stem rot than phalaenopsis are, and so shouldn't be potted exactly like phalaenopsis, even though they are technically, genetically part of that genus now. So I never had problems with that until this year, recently, when my conditions changed. I've got higher humidity now, and so this little one, hang on, let me get this out of the way. This little baby has been potted in coconut, really fine coconut husk fiber and some perlite. And as you can see, this is the base of the plant where the roots come out. And this soil level was a little bit higher. Hang on, let me dump some out. It was a little bit higher, so this was staying wet, and it is starting to rot down there. Maybe I can get... You can see this yucky brown spot, and also you can see how the center of the leaf is lighter than the outside, and there are also some spots on the bottom, so you can just tell that this leaf is not a healthy leaf. So I'm going to repot this guy up higher, but he has been doing really well in the coconut husk fiber, and this has been here for a year, so it's grown a lot of roots since it's been in here. It was recovering from drought stress and other things. Now this is the way I am starting to grow kind of a lot of my orchids once they get kind of a decent root mass to them. I'm doing it with as little media as possible. In this one, I've got styrofoam peanuts in the middle. There's some tree fern fiber, that's what those little brown sticks are. And then some sphagnum moss just kind of pushed in randomly around the roots a little bit. Now this is not packed in here by any means. It's just like laid in there. And this has been, I don't think I've repotted this for 3 to 5 years, and the medium is doing great. The root system is wonderful. There's only one tiny dead root in the bottom. The light, I really wanted to talk about that actually first. So a lot of these come mounted, and if they are mounted, lots of times you can't get them off of the mount without doing a lot of damage to the plant. So what I would recommend is just setting the whole mount in the pot. Let's see, I'm trying not to damage these root tips. This is recovering. In a pot, I would drop some styrofoam peanuts in around the plant, and then just drop some moss in there. Don't pack it. That will allow the plant to stay wetter for like 3 to 4 days, and so you won't have to water it every single day, which is tough to do. In mounted plants are hard to care for in homes because of the lower humidity. So these do want to dry out between waterings. Let them dry thoroughly. They when the roots are white again, so you can see there's some that are green and some that are white. This is a wet root, this is a dry root. When all of these roots are white down to the bottom, that's when I'd water it again. And also when, like, because I can kind of see through here, so if I look in towards the roots in the center and those are still green, then I won't water it. I make sure that this is totally dried out before I water it. So, okay, light. The thing that I'm going to use in all my videos is this light meter, It is a Rapitest. This cost, I think, it was between $5 and $10 and I got it at Lowe's or Home Depot. They're cheap. It's a light and moisture meter. This is the moisture probe for soil. You'll put it in the pot, and it'll gauge what level of moisture you're at. But what I really like it for is the light. Up here, it's got this light sensor, and you can put it where your plant is and see on the gauge how much light it's getting. Now for Sedirea, I like to have it was growing at 3 for many, many years under 2 shop lights with 4 bulbs each. These were 4-foot long shop lights, and they had plant and aquarium type bulbs, both from the GE and the Phillips brand, and those are available at hardware stores as well. So, this guy grew with my phalaenopsis at a level 3. That is high phalaenopsis light. That was about just perfect low level of light for this. Currently, now that I have new lights, it's growing under about a 7, and that is what my big-leafed Cattleya species were, unifoliate big-flowered Cattleyas were previously growing under there. And that is not really technically, I don't know, it took them a long, long time to get to flowering size and to flower under that light. So I would say low Cattleya light, and if you have mini compact Cattleyas, if you've got enough light for a lot of those, that's really good light for this. So it can take a wide range of light levels, but I thought this would be this is the best tool I have. And for anybody that wants to grow any of the orchids that I talk about on my channel, you know, if I say this needs a 3 to a 7, and you have a 3 to a 7, you know, you can put it there as long as your temperatures are correct. But also, if you're going from like low light to high light, step it up gradually. And if the leaves ever feel warm, it's too hot. So, I think that is everything I wanted to say about this. I'm trying to think. I had a previous video and it was 15 minutes long, but so yeah, let it dry out. Oh, the temperatures. I would say my house gets down to about 65 at night, and in my grow space in the daytime it's about 75 to 80 for this, where this is in the grow space. And it does just fine. I think it does fine under a large range of temperatures. I think it can get down to like 45 in the wild. Don't quote me on that. I should have researched a little bit more before. Miss Orchid Girl did say that she had read some articles that said that this plant needs to be chilled. And I don't know what the chilling temperature that is supposedly needed. I have not had that experience. She said it can die if it doesn't get cold enough, but I think as long as it gets to 65 for, you know, nights for a period of maybe like 6 weeks, I think it should be fine. I'm guessing that people probably in places that are really, really hot and tropical and the nights never get down below like 70, then that could maybe kill it. I don't know. It is from Japan, and I know it's kind of a tiny island, and they do get snow over there, and also in some places it's hot up to like 90 degrees, so of course this doesn't grow all over Japan, and there are mountains and different microclimates and stuff like that, so, but I think it's a great little plant. It smells great, it's small, that's my hand for size comparison. It's the size of kind of a mini phalaenopsis, or maybe just slightly larger. And I think everybody should have one. I'm so glad everybody on YouTube has one, because they're just fantastic. They do grow slower than phalaenopsis, and the roots, I think, grow slower than phalaenopsis. So you got to kind of be careful with the roots. They can get damaged and kind of take a while to come back. So they're not as easy to grow as phalaenopsis, but as long as you've got a really nice open airy mix and your plant is potted up high so it doesn't get stem rot and you don't get water in between the leaves, or it dries fast after you do, then I think you'd have really great luck with this orchid. So, thank you everyone for watching, and give a thumbs up if you liked the video, and if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe.